Welcome to Deep Neural Net Simulator. This is a tool I created. You can just go to this link here and try it out. It's free. And you come to this screen and you can see there is something called network and training data. And then you just create a model using these data. So let's just try it out here. You can see. So if I make it smaller here, you can see that it says 2 and 1 here. That means 2 input and 1 output. And this is what we call the bias. It's just there. Don't think about it. So if I, for example, write the 3 point and make a new model, you will see that now there is 2 input, just like before, and 1 output, and then there is 3 added here, and with the biases. Okay. So you can actually create the network just like what you want. Just try anything. Okay? The most important thing in deep neural network is the input size and output size. Because the input size and the output size must fit the data. So let me just make it simple again. You know that you can just do exactly what you want. Now I make a smaller model again. Okay, and looks at the data here. You have one row here, another row there. Yes, and as you can see, there are 4 rows here. So when we are working with the machine learning, the data is very similar to this. We have rows, and you can see there is actually 3 columns. And this is the output, and this is input. So you can see that there is 2 input and 1 output. 2 input, 1 output, and that fits the data. And it doesn't matter what you have in between here. Okay, that doesn't matter. It's only the input and output that has to fit the data. Okay, so when we are training the network, we are actually going through these steps here. And let's train here. One step, you can see, I just made one step here. So that is the first 0, 0, and the model gives me 0.5, but why was the target was 0? Can you see? That 0. So now if I take the next, it's 1, 0, 0. 1, 0, or the output target is 0. So there's a big error here. It's an error of minus 0.49. So this model is not working as it now. And then I could just step through them, 0, 1. Now we start again. So we just make it quicker. Now we can see. So now it's trained pretty good. And you can test the model just by writing it in here if you want. So 0.1 should give 0. So predict 0.1, that's close to 0, and 1.1 should be almost 1. Yes. If I'm not satisfied, I just train more. And of course, it gets better and better. Let's predict again. It's almost 1 now. You see? So this is how so simple it is. If you have some data with 3 inputs, you just do this. For example, I can add just 1 here, like that. You can add as much you want. And now I have to change the model to have 3. And now I create a new one. And I just train it. So now it will do exactly what I want. This should be 0. Let's see. Almost 0. And this should also be 0. Let's try just make it 1 just to argument's sake. So it's show off. Try again. Okay, and now I take this, and it should be 1 here. It's almost 1, and this should be 0. Let's try that. It's almost 0 here. Okay, and if you want to understand more about the model, you can go there, and you can change the function. This is sigmoid now. You can change it to this one. Just create a new model and train again. Reload is another activation function. Use that, and you can also use step. And this is the learning rate, and you can see the formula here. So you can just play around with this. If you want to use this model, a similar model like that, you can just go to here. And now you see there is a DLL you can use. You can download it like that and just add it. Just say yes and download it. It's just, it's actually, this DLL is actually just the same as everything here. Okay, but now you can use it in C#. Okay, and you can just follow the step. Start by downloading the DLL, create a C# console application. You can actually just use it in any C#. It's easier to get started with just a normal console, but you can also use it in the web, as long as it's C#. Okay, and then you look at the image, and you can see how I add the DLL here. And this is the code. It's actually the same as in the simulator. And then I make a prediction, and I can train here, 1000 steps. Okay, and you can just save the weights and make new predictions. So you can actually save the model and load it up again. And the code, exactly as in the image, you just take the code and use it. Okay, so now you can play around with this simulator here, and you can actually use it in a real application. So just have fun. Thank you.